Hello and welcome back to Market Secrets Investment Series. This is episode 6 of the series, and in this episode we are going to see about investing in real estate. If you haven't watched the previous episodes, please go ahead and watch those videos first and then come back to this video. Also, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you won't miss out on any of our future videos. So let's start today's session with a disclaimer. The views expressed in the video are for informational purposes only and do not constitute to be of any investment, legal, or taxation advice. They are not indicative of the future market trends nor is to predict the same. Republishing any part of this video will be at your own risk, and we at Market Secrets will not be liable for consequence of any such action. So, let's begin by discussing about the importance of investing in real estate. So, I'll give you three reasons, and the first reason is portfolio diversification. In general, your portfolio will have stocks and bonds, but it is always good to diversify your portfolio further by investing in real estate. So that's the primary reason for investing in real estate. And second thing is limited availability. So land, as you all know, it cannot be created or mined. So whatever that exists already, so that is all we have. So it has a limited availability. So it's always good to invest in things that has limited availability. And third thing is shelter, which is a basic necessity for every single human being. So investing in lands is always a good thing to do. So these are all the primary reasons for investing in real estate. So let's see about different ways of investing in real estate. So you can go for agri or rural lands, and you can even buy plots in the main areas of the city. You can go for flats and individual houses. You can go for stocks of real estate companies. You can invest in commercial real estate. You can invest through infrastructure investment trust, and you can invest through real estate investment trust. Let's talk about all of these things in detail. The first item is investing in lands, plots, or houses. In general, this is nothing but investing in any land in a rural or agri area, or you can buy plots in the main areas of the city, or you can invest through buying houses or flats. There are a few advantages in doing this. So first thing is house, it is always an emotional thing. So it's desirable for every single person. When you buy a house, you'll feel proud. You will feel like achieved something. So this will keep your spirits up. So that is one advantage that I see. So the second reason is limited availability. So as I mentioned earlier, you cannot create land. So it is always an asset that is going to appreciate. So the asset returns will be multifold in a longer run. So that's the second advantage. When you take the cons, it's costly. You need huge capital to buy land or plots or even a house. So you should be taking up some loan. And as far as I am concerned, I'm totally against taking loan, even if it is a housing loan. So that is one disadvantage I see here. And the second thing is it doesn't generate much income. Even though if you're going to buy a house and if you're going to, collect rent from it, the return generated, the return on investment is too low. The yield is too low. It is around 3 to 7%, and I'm not totally okay with the income that is generated by house. And third thing is house or land, it's not liquid. It makes really hard to utilize the money in case of emergency. So that is one another disadvantage that I am seeing. And the taxes are huge. Whenever you buy or sell a land or even a house, the tax that you need to pay is totally high. That nullifies most of the benefits. And for me, house is always a liability and it is not an asset because it has multiple taxes. It has a lot of maintenance charges. So house is always a liability for me. So I don't consider it as an asset. So I don't invest in house or land or plots directly. So let's move on to the next item, which is investing in stocks of real estate companies. If you look at the advantages, stocks, it's highly liquid. You don't need huge capital to start investing. You can invest as little as 100 in real estate companies. The taxes are low and there is no maintenance charge. But there are a lot of disadvantages as well. Investing in the stocks of real estate companies dilutes the concept of diversification as we are investing in stocks and not the actual real estate. So that's the primary disadvantage, and it's highly risky compared to actual real estate. So I don't prefer this option as well. So moving on, the third item is investing in commercial real estate. So this is nothing but investing in offices or some shops or shopping complexes. So in this case, the advantage is return on investment is much higher because this is an office space or a shop. So the rent will be usually higher. And second thing is the set, it is a limited availability, so it appreciates multifold in a longer run. But there are few disadvantages as well. It's too costly. The capital needed is extremely high. You need to be a promoter to do this. The second thing is, even though it is a commercial property, it is still illiquid, so it's hard to utilize the money in case of emergency. And third thing is taxes. So I don't prefer investing in commercial real estate directly. So moving on, let's talk about infrastructure investment trust. This is one thing that has some craze in the recent past. So let's talk about this in detail. Infrastructure investment trust is something like mutual funds on real estate. So the capital required to start investing is small. So small in the sense it will be around 1 or 2 lakhs, and that is something affordable by middle class people. So you can invest in infrastructure investment trust through any of the companies that is offering you the bonds. If you talk about a few, you can take IndiGrid, IRB. So those are the few companies that is offering bonds on road contracts and power grid. And it generally has yield around 11 to 12%, sometimes around 16%. It totally depends on work that they are going to do. That is one of the advantage. The capital required is small. And second thing is, this is liquid, though there is a lock-in period of 3 years. This is still very liquid when you compare it against a land or a house. So that is the advantage of investing in infrastructure investment trust. There are few disadvantages as well. Most of these projects are investing in roads and power grids. So it is not actually investing in any of the property or commercial properties. So that's one main disadvantage. And as you know, roads and power grids, it's mostly controlled by a lot of regulatory authorities. So any changes in the regulatory authority will affect your returns. And any change in the government may affect your future returns, because a government may change and it may block that particular project that will make your money stuck with that particular investment company. So these are the disadvantages. Infrastructure investment trust don't have good history in India, so I will not invest in infrastructure investment trust as well. So moving on, the last item is REITs. So this is something that is new for India, and this is something that I really prefer. So REITs represents real estate investment trust. So this is extremely famous in USA, and it's very new to India. So this is nothing but a real example of real estate mutual funds. So how do REITs operate? REITs allow individual investors to buy shares in commercial real estate portfolios that receive income from various properties. So this is something that you need to clearly understand. So REITs will maintain lot of commercial properties, and it will collect the rental income from those properties, and it will distribute it as a dividend to the investor. So this is nothing but investing in commercial real estate directly. This will give a lot of options for an investor. So how to invest in REITs? So this is just like mutual fund. You can buy from your brokers or the fund houses directly. And first REIT will be open for subscription by March or April 2019 in India. So this is not available yet. This is something new that is going to come in, and most probably it will be open for subscription by March or April this year. So moving on to the next slide, what are the pros and the cons of REITs? So to talk about pros, this is highly liquid. You can buy and sell them like mutual funds or stocks. And it offers diversification, and they have low correlation with stocks and bonds. So that is the primary reason. And it's highly transparent. They are regulated and audited periodically, and they provide a stable cash flow or income. This is the main thing, because REITs, it will invest in commercial real estate, and it will collect the rentals, and it will distribute the rentals to the investors. That is one income that you will be getting, that is regular rental income. And in addition to that, the property, it will appreciate in value in a longer run. So once the property value appreciates, so you will gain the capital returns as well. That's the second advantage that you have. The last thing is performance. They offer attractive returns. If you talk about the cons, this concept is completely new for India, so it's slightly risky, but it doesn't bother me because when you take any investment, all the good investments are first sold to sophisticated investors, and once they extract the benefits out of it, then it will be shared to the retail investors. Only then it will become popular and the retail investors will go in and invest. So we will always enter last, and I don't want to be left behind. So I'll be investing in REITs once they open for subscription. That's the first thing. And the second thing is fees and taxes. It's not clearly known yet. So this is something that I consider as a disadvantage. So you'll have to investigate further once it is open. And third thing is market risk still exists. Even though it is a commercial property, it might go down in value in case of recession or things like that. So they don't guarantee any profit. There might be negative returns as well. So you'll have to be ready for that as well. And the last thing is minimum capital required is 2 lakhs. That is something that is kind of a concern if you are a really small investor. So these are all the disadvantages that I am seeing when you talk about REITs. So to summarize, there are a lot of options to invest in real estate, but I personally prefer REITs, and this is something very new in India, and I want to be one of the first investors to get in. If you have any queries on any of the items that we have discussed so far, please do leave it down in the comment section. If you have liked the video, please hit the like button. If you really think it is useful, please do share it with your friends, and please do subscribe to our YouTube channel to get the future videos. If you want to know more about us, you can visit our website, which is marketsecrets.in. If you want to receive daily updates from us, you can join our Telegram channel. The links are all in the description section of this video. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day. Goodbye.